Hey everybody, McKyler here real quick to remind you to go check out our Patreon. We've got 7 bonus episodes up there right now and an 8th one coming up soon. If that's something that sounds fun to you, go sign up at patreon.com/doinglearning. Hope to see you over there. Welcome to Doing Learning, everybody. It's McKyler, and I'm here tonight with Daniel.
Hello.
Hello, Daniel.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Oh, hanging in there. Another day, another dollar.
Yeah, you seem so excited to be here. I am, honestly. I don't know how to start this one. I think I'm going to start with a disclaimer, which I think is different. I don't know if we've started with a disclaimer yet. We're pretty family friendly here.
Yeah,
we try to be. We work pretty hard to keep it clean, keep it PG or whatever. I don't know that there's any way I'm going to get around some of the more real world content of this one.
Okay.
So it's just, I know you can handle it, Daniel. It's more for the listeners.
Gotcha.
But we're going to talk about like some crime and some drugs, but it's all from like a historical point of view.
Okay.
So that's a really, I bet you probably have no idea where we're going. There's no way in the world you could ever guess.
Al Capone. Got it.
It's not, although that would be a fun topic.
Okay.
So put that one in your little tool belt for later.
Okay.
We are going to go, I'm just going to give you the topic. We are going to Kowloon Walled City. Have you heard of that?
I don't even know what that is.
Okay. I bet you are far more familiar with it than what you give yourself credit for.
Would you call it Kowloon?
Kowloon Walled City.
Walled City.
So, this is going to be such a hard one, and that's one of the reasons I'm a little bit nervous I want to do a good job with this one because it's simultaneously you have to see it. Right? Like I have to show you some pictures and some videos. Otherwise it's not going to work.
Okay.
But at the same time, when I start to describe it, you will have no way to fully picture it.
Okay.
So let me give you a little description. I might throw a video on here and direct everybody to go watch the video.
Like pause right here.
Dude, yeah. Like pause right here.
Go look at it
and go watch it. I'll start with the description. We'll go from there.
Okay.
I watched a whole bunch of crazy videos on this one that it's just, my YouTube algorithm is going to be jacked up. Kowloon Walled City is considered the most densely populated city that's ever existed on the planet.
Okay.
So that doesn't really mean anything. So let's compare it to something. Let's compare it to New York City.
Okay.
So, if you go to New York City, there's a lot of people there, right? It's pretty dense. One of the more dense parts of New York City is, oh my goodness, the East Village.
Okay.
I think that's what they said it was. It's like the way that they did. It's really tightly packed. It's got a whole bunch of row houses, like really tight stuff. It's still super nice, right? All of that. I think. I don't know. I'm making stuff up now. Doesn't matter. The point is that's the most densely populated part of New York City.
Okay.
And its population density is something on the order of like 42,000 people per square kilometer. Gonna do metric because that's what I found.
I mean, it makes sense in my head.
It's clicking. You're like,
yeah.
I got that. I don't know what Denver is. Even the most dense parts of Denver are probably probably not even a quarter of that. I mean, Denver's just it's not that dense, right? Anyway, Kowloon Walled City, let me try to get the actual size of it. Boom, boom, boom. Let me scroll down. It's 6.4 acres. It's the city. Okay. The whole city is 6.4 acres.
Whoa.
Yes.
That is tiny.
It's tiny. Here's an imperial unit for you. It's roughly 4 football fields put side by side. That's so that doesn't click to you. It seems like.
I mean, I can 6.4 acres. That's
6.4 acres.
That's tiny.
Okay. 6.4 acres. The average estimate that people give on this is 35,000 people. Uh-huh.
What?
35,000 people. The upper estimates go up to like 55,000.
What?
Yes.
How?
So
Are these people living right on top of each other?
as a matter of fact, they are.
Oh my gosh.
So again, I'm gonna have to show you because you wouldn't believe it unless you see it.
Like, I mean, I can clearly picture 6 acres. I mean, 0.4, whatever, but 6 acres, I can picture that.
Yeah.
I cannot picture how many population of what?
35,000.
I can't picture 35,000 people in
35,000
in 6 acres. I can't. That is too small.
I mean, I don't know what the town you grew up in, what its population was, but I mean, one of those towns over there ought to be like 35, right? You could ballpark it and cram all of that whole city, the whole city onto 6 acres.
Yeah.
The population density, therefore, then is, if you do it in square kilometers, it's like 1.2 million people per square kilometer. Or in miles, it's 3 million people per square mile. That's crazy, right?
Ooh.
So,
talk about loving thy neighbor, dude.
No kidding. So you can kind of picture, right? The only way to make this happen, you said it, they're living on top of each other.
Yeah.
So I'll show you some pictures of it. Let me see if I can, let's see if this works out. Here is an aerial picture. I'll try to post all this stuff. That's a picture. That's the whole city.
Dude, that looks like like a big heap of garbage.
It 100% does. So it looks like the worst designed apartment complex ever or something like that.
Ooh.
It's absolutely insane. So I'll get into a little bit of the history and we'll explain this. But what I want you to picture along the whole time that we're doing this is that this is a whole city within 6 acres, right? You've got factories, you've got businesses, you got schools, you have volunteer centers, like restaurants, you've got services, and you've got a whole bunch of people living there. Yeah, within 6 acres. So the way that it works is it's just like a conglomerate mass of organically built buildings that are subject to zero laws. There's no codes. There's no permitting. There's no laws. It's basically like this weird lawless dot on the map that has just like the craziest thing. They said it's so dense that basically the only place that sunlight actually touches the ground is there's like kind of that center gap.
I saw that. Yes.
There's like a center courtyard. There's like that you might be able to see like a small sliver in certain places in the city, but otherwise you can't see the sun. So everywhere in that, and it's 3D, right? Everywhere you're living in this organically built, like buildings mashed on buildings that merge into buildings, and everything's hallways and alleyways and walkways and stuff over you. And it's basically like secret passageways and backways, and there's no one way to get anywhere. There's no way to have there's no directions. There's no maps. That's one weird thing. There's no historical maps of this place as far as I could find. There's like a little bit of some things kind of pieced together, but there's no real like map of this. And there's really no conventional way that you could ever map this thing.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Like you don't think this is like a cartographer's dream? Like I'm going to map this whole thing?
I mean, maybe, but think of not just the structure, but the utilities, all like water, plumbing, electricity, all of that stuff, because none of it was done up to code. None of it was legit. So everything is just a guy splicing into some wires and building things and just making things work. So that's kind of what I want to picture. And I think at this point, I will, just to kind of really drive this home, I am going to post this video. I'm going to post the link to the video. So make sure you look in the description. I think I'm going to have you watch it. Okay. Yeah. Because it is, it is wild. I couldn't believe I found the video. But it is I'll call it a vlog. It is a vlog from 1991 of a girl holding a camera, a handheld camera, walking through the city. it's like super rare footage, like insane that it even exists still.
Okay.
So, and it's just her walking around like talking to people,
Mm-hmm.
but it is the best visualization I found of it because it's firsthand account, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I say that this is a little bit more familiar than what you might give yourself credit for is because this thing has inspired so much pop culture. Like think any kind of cyberpunk, sci-fi feature type stuff, right?
Right.
That it basically points back to this. You know what I mean? Where it's like urban jungle where there's nothing but neon lights and and crime and dirt and grime and scum, right?
Yeah.
Let's watch the video and I'll show you.
Let's do it.
Let me see if I can find it. And I don't know how to run this thing. Where's the volume?
It's the one that says up.
Yeah. It's 6 minutes, so
all right.
Just in case it's fun, just what you give me your live commentary as you're watching it too. And and if it stays in, it stays in.
So it's almost like not a fisheye, but like a, what do you call that?
It is a fisheye lens.
Is it fisheye lens?
It's really wonky.
Yeah. And it just right now just kind of looks like she's talking to a couple men that are playing maybe some kind of game in a room. It literally looks like a basement right now.
Yeah.
Like they're in a basement.
Yeah.
Turning around and going through like a door, and yeah, it looks like there's a bunch of pipes and everything everywhere.
Where she's walking right now is called a street. That's what they consider to be streets.
Where it was like a hallway? It looks like
a hallway. They call them streets.
Oh my. Okay, I see like, yeah, restroom and kind of like a bedroom kind of.
Yeah,
these are tight quarters. These.
Yeah, it's like the projects.
Yeah. It's
like if you took the projects and then just built projects on top of them and mashed them in side by side too. But
then like, there's a worker literally working, and it was just a room in the bathroom. So somebody living, while somebody else is working, next to them.
It's a factory. They're producing things.
Yeah. What are these, shuttlecocks? Or
I don't know what they were. She asks eventually. It's like some kind of toy, but I don't know.
This almost, it just seems unreal,
right?
Like
they're so casual about everything.
Yeah,
too.
like how do I explain this? It's like if you take any little tiny piece of it, right, and just kind of dissect that piece of it, you wouldn't question it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, there's just a guy working at a station.
Yep.
No big deal. Oh, this is a house. It's kind of small. There's the bathroom. There's the room. Kind of small. Don't question the fact that they're connected by not very much.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. And these quote unquote streets are so dark.
That's the wildest part to me, is when she starts walking through and then she eventually points down a hallway. Maybe that's where you're at right now. She goes, I'm pretty sure this is the way I need to go.
Yeah.
And she's literally staring at a pitch black alleyway.
And she's like, I don't know if we can make it through, but we're going to.
And then just starts walking and then it cuts out. I'm like, come on.
And now it's more like a maybe restaurant or something. Like, or I don't know what he's doing.
But I think this is a candy shop.
Oh, candy shop?
Yep.
But like, it's just the colors of everything, like green and like, it's
because it's all bathed in light, in electric lights and of all different kinds, incandescents, halogens, like whatever. It's just everything's bathed in artificial light.
I mean, okay, it's one thing to not build things to code, but you still have to like run these machines that you see here, right? And it has to have the correct power to run some kind of machines. So they do know what they're doing.
There's ingenuity.
Yes.
Certainly. They know what they're doing. They're just doing it without any of the red tape.
Right.
At all.
Yeah. And I'm
including that for safety. Like,
yeah. I mean, and there is some kind of authority.
oh, she's got the cops now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is really interesting. This is probably one of the longest walks through the complex that she shows.
Mm-hmm.
But those are cops from the outside.
From outside the city?
Yeah.
And they just come.
Kowloon does not have a police force.
So are they just questioning her? Like, why is she filming or what?
Yeah, somebody called her in. So they escorted her out to talk with her.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Somebody got mad that
She was just filming.
him. Yeah. I think she says that too. She's like, some old guy was mad at me. He probably called me in. But what's really funny, if you watch the date stamp, like she talks with the cops and then boom, she goes right back in.
Yeah. Like it literally just cuts like, and now that we're at a barbershop. The barbershop, I mean, I know it's hard to tell because of the video quality, but it does almost seem daylight-ish because of so much light in the barbershop.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. I guess you would want some good light at a barbershop to like.
Yeah, you got to do your job. Yeah.
Yeah, cut the hair right and everything. But it's, I just noticed the fan going like full blast. Now I'm like.
Yeah, start to think about what it would be like to actually be there.
Yeah, like probably hot. I don't know, maybe a little musty.
Oh man.
So you want circulation. Now there's just children just playing.
Just living their lives. How crazy is that?
I understand how this becomes normal because if you just, that's how you grew up. That's just how it is.
Just how it is.
You don't know anything, especially if you never leave.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, this is normal.
And you never see the sun. Yeah, totally possible.
Does that mean people here, if they never leave, they never see the sun, their eyes are a lot bigger and more adjusted to dimmer situations?
I don't know. I mean, there's so much artificial light that I mean, it's probably a wash.
Oh, there's that little crack of light right there.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
That is so wild, dude.
So
I seriously feel like that was a trip. Like, just,
dude,
like I can see why that's inspiration for a lot. Like, yeah.
So keep some of that in mind as we go. This is the part where you'd come back in if you watch the video and hopefully get a better idea of what we just saw, right?
And if you haven't, just
go watch it.
Go watch it.
6 minutes. You can watch 3 minutes. You'll get the gist.
Yeah.
But that will really kind of set the mood. Because I really want to get into that, but I want to kind of talk about how that even came to be.
Yeah.
I want to kind of talk the history of it first.
Right.
It makes it make more sense.
Yeah. It doesn't just appear.
Exactly. So I want to talk about that. And then I want to get back into just like the unfathomable lives that people lived there.
Yeah.
And just the crazy, crazy unique history that this place has. So, where is Kowloon Walled City? Well, it's kind of right smack dab in the middle of Hong Kong.
Okay.
So that's where we're at. We're in China. Let's go all the way back to ye olden times. We're anywhere from like 1,000 to like 1,300.
Okay.
Was kind of when this area was kind of really settled. And it's kind of right on the mouth of like a bay or a river or something like that, right? It makes this place a good place for they used it as a salt trade outpost. So it's just a place and whatever. People traded stuff. It was a little town, a little city. Okay. In 1668, China establishes a military watch post there and puts 30 guards.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, we got to build up a little bit of infrastructure. So they build up some of the barracks, and they build up, I can't remember what the name of it is, but the administrative building that, where the officers would run the guards out of, whatever, the office building. It's not that fancy, office building. What's really cool about that office building, though, that I'm going to just ruin the surprise. That is the building in that courtyard. The only part that the rest of everybody didn't just build over top of was that building, because that little area served a lot of cultural and historical significance to everybody who ended up living in the walled city.
Okay.
So that's kind of the context there. So, okay, basically nothing happens until the 1800s. Trying to add some of the details to this little bulleted list. So in the early 1800s, China's they start to build the fort up a little bit, a little bit more. The historical context is the British at this point were doing their thing. I've mentioned it before too, of just the British doing weird stuff and turning. You can blame the British for this one. You 100% can blame the British for this weird thing that happened in Hong Kong. Okay, so it's their fault. In the 1800s, they were kind of stepping up their game, and China was exporting a ton of tea to Britain. That makes sense.
Yep,
okay,
yep.
cool. So there you go. That's where the tea culture comes from in Britain. So it was a pretty one-sided relationship. Lots of stuff going to China. Britain basically had nothing that China wanted.
Okay.
So they're like, oh, let's see if we can tip the scales a little bit more balanced to give, more of just like a business edge and kind of working deals going like that way. Well, what they ended up doing is illegally bringing in opium from India into China. And so they're like, the Chinese love opium. Boom. Now we're fair, right? We're bringing you this drug. You were taking some tea. Everybody's happy.
Fair trade.
Right. Which is just like, okay. So disclaimer, drugs are not good. The British are crazy for doing this. So they're like, okay, cool. Scales are balanced a little bit. Time goes on a little bit more. Opium addiction epidemic sweeps through China, and it starts getting really bad. And just kind of laying waste to people, right? And cultures and huge swaths of China. So things escalate, they escalate. And then in like the 1840s, was the first Opium War, where Great Britain and China went to war. Well, Great Britain won the war. And so part of the deal, the treaty that they signed at the end of the war, was that that the area that has become Hong Kong, if you look at the borders, it's exactly the same. What is now Hong Kong was given to the British. Let me see if I'm getting this right. Yeah. So that area was given to the British as part of the treaty, with one exception: Kowloon walled city, which at that time was not a walled city, right? It was just Kowloon.
Yeah.
So that little area, for some reason, they wrote that into the treaty that the rest of Hong Kong will belong to Britain. Eventually, it's a 99-year lease, which will come up. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm ahead of myself. They get a little bit. of what is now Hong Kong. It almost reaches up to Kowloon. So the response of the Chinese is they build up Kowloon as a bigger fort. They put walls up. Okay. They put more soldiers. They start building it. They start building that up. Basically, the same thing happens again. And in the 1860 was the second Opium War. So they just did the same thing over the course of another generation. Right. Same exact outcome. Britain wins. And this time, I was ahead of myself. This time they get what is now Hong Kong, except for Kowloon. So at this point, right in the middle of British territory is this fortified area that belongs to China. Okay. What else happens? That's kind of how things live for a while. I don't have exactly what happened, but in 1898, that's a good year to remember. They signed a 99-year lease. I don't know how that works. Like, I don't know. You see it in other places too. Like, foreigners can't own land in a country, but they can do a 99-year lease, which whatever. So that's what they do. So that's 1898. So if you do the math, we're going to be talking 1997 pretty soon. Okay, whatever. Couple decades go by again. World War II happens.
Okay.
During World War II, the Japan invades China and takes over huge swaths of China and basically all of their major port cities along the coast, one of them being Hong Kong. So during that, the Japanese decided they needed to build an airport next to Kowloon. And so they tore the walls down in order to get building supplies to build an airport.
Okay.
So that's when the walls came down. The ownership is still the same. Britain owns Hong Kong. China owns Kowloon. The walls are not there anymore because the Japanese took over and destroyed everything and whatever. So then post-war, Britain reclaims control. They're saying, okay, cool. The war's over. Hong Kong's still ours, by the way. And China's like, okay, yeah. But don't forget Kowloon's ours. So they're like, okay, cool. The next couple of years after World War II, from the perspective of China, is civil war. They got demolished during World War II by the Japanese, and it just left them in chaos. Yeah. And so then they had a civil war, and then that's when the People's Republic of China was founded in like 1949.
Okay.
So during that time, a whole bunch of people from mainland China were seeking refuge from just the chaos of the Civil War. And so they ended up going to Kowloon as a refuge, because at this point, the China was not really paying attention to it, and Britain certainly wasn't either, because it's not theirs.
Right.
So they're like, not mine. I don't throw my hands up and say, I'm not going to take care of that. That's yours. And China was so busy not doing whatever that they basically just like let it lapse and do its own thing and just completely stop taking care of it administratively.
Okay.
So that's kind of when it started to become its own thing, its own identity. And so just over the next couple of decades, it just continues to serve that same purpose. And at this point, it's like that ship has sailed, in terms of like your lapse of administration led to this huge flood of people, and they started building this organic monster of a city. And then it was too late to get control back from it. You know what I mean? Without like seizing it back.
Yeah.
Right. So for the next couple of decades, it basically just served that same purpose. It was just a safe haven to get away from either the regulatory controls of Hong Kong by the British, or to get out of mainland China to some other place where you can conduct your business for whatever reason. So there's a lot of reasons people went to Kowloon, some of them savory, some of them less than savory, right? So some people are just, they can't afford anything. They got to go do something else. They're from China. They got to go get the cheapest rent they can find.
Yeah.
You're moving to Kowloon. You might be looking to run a drug enterprise and you need to get away from the law. Well, where's a good place to go? Kowloon. Okay. Some of the more interesting ones that I found were, because there's no laws there, right? So there's no business laws either. You can just do whatever you want.
Okay.
You're going to offer a service and people will pay for it if they want it.
Yeah.
So you can see how that could get really unsavory really quickly. And that was totally prevalent all over. Yes. But the one that makes me laugh the most is it's where unlicensed dentists went. So it was either there was a lot of dentists in Kowloon, which just makes me laugh. But they were either they were dentists from China, but I don't know, whatever. They went to Hong Kong or something like that, but their license wasn't recognized by the British. So, but they still wanted to practice.
Mhm.
So instead of going back to China, they went to Kowloon. Well,
Just-
okay,
they're
sure,
like-
whatever.
Yeah.
So, the other one that happened too is just people that like didn't go to school to become dentists, but they wanted to be dentists,
Oh my
or like
gosh.
their father was a dentist and so is his father. So they're like, okay, I guess I'm going to be a dentist, but I'm not going to go do any of the training because it's expensive. I'm just going to open a business
Right.
because I can,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to do my thing and try to offer a good service so people keep coming back, right? And just be
Right.
businessmen about it. And so you end up with a lot of just like unlicensed weird stuff
Oh
going
my
on.
gosh. That's
So so I don't know about you. I would not go to an unlicensed dentist. But people of Kowloon would because they could afford them,
right.
right? Because there's not all of that crazy overhead of
Mm-hmm.
they're not trying to pay off their degree.
Yeah.
So they can offer services that are like, you know what, you go get your teeth cleaned for $1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
And-
yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
would do that like every 6 months, just like you would, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of why. That's why this thing feeds itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can imagine all the chaos, all the rest of the chaos that comes out of it too. I mean, you saw it in the video. The factories,
Yeah.
there's no regulations, right?
Yeah.
So those guys making candy,
Yeah.
they're not following any rules. They're just
No.
making candy,
Mm-hmm.
which is really disgusting when you start to think about it, right?
Yeah.
Because I watched a lot of videos, just absolutely fascinating, of interviews with former Kowloon residents,
Mm-hmm.
which was, I'm going to post it too, but it was just like, just wild. Just the stuff that they had to say of just what normal life was for them. Anyway, like one of them, their whole business, their whole family business was to sell dim sum,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's what they did. Well, Daniel, any restaurant in Kowloon is not following rules. There's zero sanitation rules.
Yeah.
They're not following any procedures. They may or may not wash their hands, which that's another problem we can talk about is water. But that's what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'll say this too, without going into a lot of detail. You can use your imagination. Because there was not a law surrounding anything, the restaurants and things like that could produce foods that were not producible anywhere else. So you could get really exotic foods that you can't get anywhere else. Yeah. So, and on a lot of those, what they said too is just like, one of the videos says like the food that was prepared in Kowloon in the morning would often end up in Hong Kong in fancy restaurants at night. So it's just like this really weird, like
Ooh.
dark underground like thing going on of just like you go into Kowloon and do your illegal stuff and then you come out and like life's okay. It's normal still.
Mhm.
It's just like the dichotomy of it's so crazy and it's so stark because the boundaries literally just are a wall of a building apartments
Right.
that just ends.
Oh, that's insane. Like I'm trying to still wrap my head around. Like I'm like tractor beam like
I
sucked
told you
in.
wouldn't be able to. Like you can try to visualize and picture this. It's
Right.
just so insane.
Yeah.
Another fun thing that that I really enjoyed while doing this, all of these videos, they had like a bunch of people in the comments had either been there or grew up there. And so it's just people telling their stories of like just the craziest story from Kowloon that they had.
Mm-hmm.
And like, they're all like, oh yeah, there's absolutely people doing drugs all the time, you know, any day, whatever, they're on the streets. Yes, there's that. However, you could also go and basically get anything done. So like one person was saying that they were, I don't know, it's part of some kind of military outfit. And they had like a part for like a radar or something, like something that needed repaired.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of where they were. And they're like, they went around, they're like, couldn't find anybody to do it. And they're like, they got recommended to go to Kowloon because they're like, I bet you anything, if there's somebody that can fix that thing, they're in Kowloon. And so that person went in to, This is all just in the YouTube comments, right?
Right.
This person went into Kowloon and was like, went into just like, to like a barbershop or something like that. And was just like, hey, can you help me? Cause you don't want to explore in there. You're going to get lost. You might not come out.
Yeah.
So they're just like, hey, can you help me with this? Like, can you help me either point me to somebody else or whatever, get somebody else? And so the guy took the part, went into like a back room for like 20 minutes and came back with the part fixed. Like he knew the like a guy that would fix it, and just like disappeared into the city through the back door, because that's connected to who knows what.
Right. The inner workings of the machine.
Yeah. Of this monster city, and just comes back with a fixed part. I'm just like, it's just the craziest, weirdest stories come from it. So there's a couple of other things I want to talk about that like we haven't talked about the experience of it. I want to talk about water, right? So we've kind of already talked about electricity,
right?
Where most people just didn't pay for electricity. They just illegally wired into the grid and then strung wires however you needed to get them to where you needed them.
Well, you got to pull your main from somewhere, right? So where's that main being pulled from? Do you know?
No idea, but like,
because once the first person takes it from the main, then it's open game, right? Then you can be like, oh, this is the main source, blah, blah.
Right.
And then it runs. But once it's ran, you can just run off of that.
Yeah.
But like, I know you say like they didn't have to pay for it. Somebody's
paying something, or they just don't pay the bill. Like, I don't know how it works.
Right.
They didn't care because it was just, none of it was legal anyway. So
yeah,
I don't know. Crazy infrastructure utility nonsense going on.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'll have to try to find a picture of, I'm just going to type in Kowloon Walled City wires. Let's see that. There's like a specific image I'm looking for. And of course I'm getting all of the inspired images from pop culture. Of course I can't find any. Whatever. You can picture it.
Yeah.
With the wires are just like, you saw them in the video too.
Yeah.
Like they're just overhead and they're just strung like just a rat's nest. So there's that. Water. There's no running water in Kowloon. There were 6 wells that were like distributed around the city. Just like, so you would have to go collect water from the well and then walk it back to your home. That's how you got water.
See, that doesn't make sense to me. Not because like, it doesn't make sense to me, not the fact that there is water or whatever. It doesn't make sense to me that the fact that if you want something done, go here, yet they can't. I mean, there's pumps. If there's a well, you can pump water out.
Yeah. They found a way to route wires, but not like the freshwater pipes. That's what's crazy to me, because what they ended up, I agree with you. It's weird that they didn't figure that part of it out.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just content. I don't know.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, you saw it in the video. There's a bathroom.
Yeah.
They have some amount of plumbing.
Yeah.
For like, you have drains, you have outflow, but the inflow, you didn't have running water.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. It's nasty. Like, people would carry umbrellas to go through the city because the whole city is drippy. And it's just like, it's gross, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's sink water, it's toilet water, it's factory wastewater, just like whatever. There's no regulation. So everything's just, they're just like, I don't know, I don't care. Get it out of my place and ship it off to the next guy.
Exactly.
So that's one of the crazier things about it too. People like, you could leave Kowloon, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's totally possible to leave it. And in fact, right outside of it was a park. So a lot of the people in the YouTube videos too, they were like, yeah, I was a kid when I grew up there. And it's like, yeah, it was normal. We just lived there. And when we wanted to play, we went to the park. They're like, it was just like anywhere else. And I'm like,
no, it's not.
Wow. Okay. Kind of, but no as well. So There was no other, how do I want to say, municipal services. There's no trash guy.
Yeah.
So a lot of the trash, they said, either ended up on the roofs, or you would just like throw it out into like the alleyway, whatever that meant for you. So just the whole thing is just full of trash.
Yeah, but
and I'm like, somehow some of it has to get out because like people
Yes.
still move around and things like that. So I'm like, I
Exactly.
don't know where it went. It
that blows my mind.
right?
Somebody's burning it or something.
Right? Or just like taking it out of Kowloon into Hong Kong somewhere? I don't know.
Surely somebody, because like the thing is, I don't think somebody would take it out because they're not gaining anything.
Yeah, there's no motivation. I mean, it's a tragedy of the commons situation where it's easy for you as an individual to just throw it out because it doesn't affect you, but then everybody does that, and then you end up with a really big problem.
Right.
So I guess I should say, we've talked a lot about how like lawless this place was, and there's no regulations. I should say that there was no central governing body. That is absolutely true, right? The Chinese government and the British government were not doing any regulations on here other than the occasional police raid when things would get a little bit too wild, or like they're looking for some fugitive specifically, like they would go in, of which I don't have a lot of information on, but they had special task forces that handled Kowloon specifically because you would get lost in there. So you can't you have to have experienced people go in there. Because they basically said, if you got off the ground level, good luck. You may never make it out. Like if you don't know where to go, you might not make it out.
A little part of me just wants to go try.
Right?
I'm just like, let's go.
I know, like my curiosity, I just want to like, I don't know. It's super gross. I don't like that. I don't like the strangers. Like I'm people adverse in this situation because if there's no laws and like whatever they want to do. So like,
yeah,
I tried to look up like crime statistics in it in terms of like, I can't remember, like major crimes. So like assault, murder, stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's no data, which I was like, duh, they didn't have a governing body. Why would they keep records for crime when literally gangs are running? This is the whole point I was trying to make. The gangs were running what would be the municipal systems.
Yeah.
So it was like a conglomeration between the triads, the Salvation Army, and other volunteer groups, like the Protestant church was in there of some denomination. Those people got together and decided what's best for the Kowloon as a committee.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so that's as much as they had from like a trash guy service or something like that. It was just like a group of people who were trying to like put schools in, and like the triads were like, yeah, the Salvation Army can come in here and teach the kids. That's a good idea. But we, however, are also going to commit illicit crime over here. It's fine. We're going to do both.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I just picture like this committee board of some missionary in the Salvation Army and like a rugged triad.
Right.
It's crazy to me.
If they gave tours, would you do it?
Oh man. I would. I should say, before you get too excited, Daniel, Kowloon does not exist anymore. I think you probably knew that.
I wouldn't. Yeah. It
does not exist anymore. And maybe I'll finish up the history part then, and then there's a few other things that are fun to talk about. So we already talked about the 99-year lease, which ended in 1997, where China resumes control of the Hong Kong area, that area deemed as Hong Kong. And so they started talks in like early 1900 or 1990s, call it like 1990-ish, right? Oh no, sorry, it's 1987. They were already talking plans to like, okay, we have a decade left. This is how the handoff is going to go. And basically where the British and Chinese government landed was that this place is far too dangerous and such a liability that really the only option they had to do that they had was to like evict everybody, offer some kind of like relocating package, and as much as they decided to, or whatever, and then demolish the whole thing. So that was the plan. So in that video that you watched, you saw in the barber scene where they're like, what's your plan? Like, did they offer you a package? That's the package. Was the government, I guess it would be the Chinese government, paid that business owner some amount of money to leave. And they said, you will be gone by this date. Here's your money. And we're demolishing it. So don't be here. Right. And so that's what that package was, that conversation.
Gotcha.
It came up a couple times in that video. In like 1991, 1992, they're forcing evacuations. They're getting people out. There's people that struggle for a long time that just aren't going to leave, but eventually everybody does leave, and they tear it down, and they finish demolition in April of 1994. So you missed it. Sorry. But if you really want to explore it, I told you that there's a lot of like pop culture that's kind of based on Kowloon, which I think I'd love to talk about because I think you'll have examples that I haven't thought of. But if you really feel like you want to explore it, the best one that I found was a video game called Stray, where you play a stray cat just jumping around Kowloon. That's the game.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it came out in 2022. And that's the basic premise. I don't really know much more than that.
Maybe I have heard of it, but
it's based on Kowloon. So
I did not know that. Let's see. Yep, I've definitely heard of it.
Yep, I figured you'd recognize some of these.
Yep.
So
oh man, I did not know. That intrigues me a lot because like there was for a little bit of time a lot of games that came out with like animal based, like you're just an animal kind of like doing your own thing. Yeah. And this was one of them. And I was like, why do I want to play a cat? Yeah. Like I didn't see the intrigue.
And I didn't either. And I missed it.
Now I do.
So now with that context,
10 out of 10 on Steam.
It's just a game. You just jump around Kowloon as a cat. Like I can't imagine, like your little curious brain. I bet it's so satisfying to
I'm sure.
For me, there's a very small part of it that reminds me of a very small part of Meow Wolf. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the parts where it's more like the city part.
Yeah.
At least in the one in Denver. I don't know the other locations. And I don't know if they've changed it. It's been a couple years since I've been.
I just went recently, maybe. No, this year. Yeah, they haven't changed it.
They haven't changed it? No. Okay. Figured. Well, good. I'm glad I'm not missing out on anything. The parts that are less alien and more just like city, right? To where you just like you open up like a phone booth door and it goes into like another room. Yes, and it's just that to me is like what Kowloon is like. Yeah. So in that way, I feel like I've got like a little taste of it.
And it's crazy because it's like the building itself. It doesn't seem as big as it is on the inside. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because of the fact that you're like going in one way, going out another, going down the stairs, and then finding yourself
in the pizza alley or whatever they call it. I don't know what it is, but there's a song by Aesop Rock called Pizza Alley, and it makes me think of Meow Wolf. Anyway, I'll send it to you later, but that has nothing to do with anything. But yeah, it's that 3-dimensional movement of it that just like, you're not on floor 1, you're not on floor 2, you're just walking through this organic monster building. So there's another one. Well, it showed up in a couple of movies. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is Bloodsport. I don't know if you watched it, movie from the 80s. There's scenes in that are supposed to take place in Kowloon or at least inspired by it. We already talked about this. Anything cyberpunk and kind of I have two sci-fi examples that I can think of. I don't know how much you are into sci-fi. Oh, yeah, a lot. Okay. Ready Player One.
Yeah. The stacks. I was thinking about that whenever.
Yep. Yeah. So, I find it so fascinating, and I think this could be another episode. I just haven't wrapped my arms around where to take it.
Mm-hmm.
But like this, how it all kind of goes back to like Kowloon, as like people took that and extrapolated the future and said, this is what the future will look like as a dystopian type of future. And they picked Kowloon as like the artificial light baked, organic, lawless future. Right. So I guess that's kind of like the common denominator of this. But the author of the book didn't necessarily directly say Kowloon inspired him, but it's implied.
Yeah.
But the movie that was made was absolutely inspired by Kowloon. And so like, where he like, I don't even remember what he calls it, but like where he actually goes and puts all his stuff on, like he in the physical real world, he goes and puts all of his VR gear on, how he like has to like crawl through cars and this, that. And it's just like all of a sudden his room inside like this pile of cars and stuff. Yep. It's 100% Kowloon. So, there's that one. And then I don't know if you've ever seen, Blade Runner.
Yes.
So the Ridley Scott version, the original one with Harrison Ford, is very Kowloon to me. Yeah. Like they took that and then kind of expanded it. And there's like a lot of other weird parts of that's a weird movie. Yeah. But it's like a mix of like future Egypt and Kowloon to me. Right. You know what I mean?
Right,
like
right.
That cyberpunky, just all that weird atmospheric lawlessness. So that's the ones that I think of, and I don't know if there's any other ones that you have thought of.
There's definitely the give me a second.
One.
Why did you cut? Sorry. The biggest one that I think that most people can connect if they haven't connected yet with any of this is Coruscant in Star Wars.
Yes, that's it. That one was in my mind. It was just it got blocked out by the other one
because like on the top surface, right, you get your beautiful city, but once they go underneath, it's just
totally
like
different place. It's, yeah, exactly. And they say in that too, like. There's the whole city above the clouds and then the city below the clouds. Yeah. And the people above the clouds, like they have no reason to go below the clouds. Exactly. Like that's like the upper society.
And I feel like the very bottom is just like you all just use it's always dark. Yes. It's like always drippy. Like I feel like they do portray that very well. And on top of that, you could be on whatever building you are in looking down to another city, but yet you're below already. Yes. This bigger city that's on top of you. Yes. So it's like, that's probably one of the biggest ones that I can think of that most people, if not everybody, can kind of see.
Yeah, that one has at least been around for a while. Which movies did that one show up in? That's where the council was, right? So it would have been like the first episode 1, and maybe 2. Yeah, and 2. It's in 2.
1 and 2, yeah. Yep, definitely in 1 and 2.
I think it's more in 2
Yeah,
than 1.
They explore a lot more in 2.
Yep. So, yes, I'm glad you said that because I had that one too. And then as you say that one, there's a scene, I can barely remember it because I've only seen the movie once, I think, is the first Guardian of the Galaxy movies where they go to like some kind of, it's either like a jail planet or like a bounty hunter. They go to like some kind of neon club jail planet thing. I don't know. There's a scene in that one that it just checks all the same boxes.
It's not nowhere. You're not thinking of because like that's I don't know. That's a different.
I know it's the first one. Okay. And I think that I don't know what it was. I don't remember exactly what it was, but they're like kind of on the run. I think because they all escape jail, right? And then they go do whatever. I think it's one of the places they visit almost like right after they get out of the jail planet or something. But there is like one little scene of Guardians of the Galaxy that kind of checks all the boxes too. Which I just think it's really, really cool how this one place has inspired so much like imagination.
Right. Yeah. Cause it's like, it's almost like, I know this place, like I'm not promoting it or anything, like, but it's so cool that all these things that we see, like, in pop culture, it was inspired from a true place, like a true place that was like, no, like this seems mythical, but it actually comes from very realistic roots.
Yep.
And that's in itself makes it pretty cool. Maybe not the coolest place, but
yeah,
cool in essence, I guess.
What is so weird to me is kind of this dichotomy of the city itself, where on one side of the coin, it's easy to vilify because in like its dystopian side, right? There's crime. There's all kinds of illicit stuff going on. There are drugs. There are people, getting hurt.
Yeah.
And people running away from the law and all kinds of stuff. But on the other side, it's kind of in a way, a utopia in that you have a tight-knit community that isn't regulated. They self-regulate, and they found a way to just live a life.
Yeah.
And just be kind of normal.
Right.
Most people that lived there just, like in the interviews that I saw, like the kids that grew up there, they're like, it was fine. I got up, I helped my parents do stuff. I went to school, I played around, and then I might have worked a little bit. And, then we hung out at home. Like they kind of did everything they could to just put normalcy into this crazy environment.
I mean, it's just like any other city. I mean, just here in Denver, I mean, there's bad things that happen. There's good things that happen. I'm like, don't, even with controlled, parameters, things still happen.
Yeah, exactly.
And you learn to live with it. And it's like, they just did a lot closer to each other.
Yeah. I think it just takes kind of like society and just like really makes all of the aspects of it extreme. You know what I mean? So like it all sticks out, and like the chaos of it all just is really, really forefront.
Yeah. And to me, like one thing to note is like, yes, all this chaos can reign, but like even in the video, seeing two kids playing around in their bikes,
they're having a great time.
It's it's bad, but at the same time it cannot be extremely bad to the point where there's kids just kind of enjoying their life and having a good time.
Right.
Like it's literally just a society in there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just people.
Yeah.
And most of them are just trying to live a life, and some of them are definitely trying to get away from some stuff. But yeah, I don't know how often you follow up on the videos that like I post, and like I don't always look at what all your links are, or whatever, because I live it with you a little bit here. But I would recommend, I've got like 2 videos that are the interviews, and they're like 5 minutes long. And they're super compelling. They're really, really interesting. I
mean, I'm definitely going to like, my better judgment tells me not to, because I'm probably not going to play it very often, but it's like on sale for like $17 right now, the game. I'm just like,
I know.
Why not? I'll spend $17 to go be a cat in this.
And you could tell me how it is. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure it's aesthetically like amazing, just to see.
Yeah. I think it's a, like an atmospheric game that's like a kind of a low tension game. Yeah. Where you just kind of kicking it and cruising through and just doing your thing.
And I think sometimes you need that, like, so I know like that's what I do with Minecraft. Sometimes I'll just be there.
Just dink around,
dink around, not really building anything, not really just kind of doing something, just destroying blocks. You just need a mindless thing to just kind of relax and still play a little bit.
Kind of occupy a different part of your brain and shut off the other parts.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think, Stray looks pretty interesting, especially after watching all these videos, because there's just, like I said, you can see it and still not be able to visualize it. It's just, it's beyond, I think it's kind of beyond imagination in a lot of ways.
I'm sure there's somebody out there that has put a lot more thought into this than I have, but surely somebody can make a VR walkthrough of this, right? Or a little like,
to some degree, yeah. I mean, you'd have to take a lot of creative liberties with it, but I mean, the gist, you get the gist.
Like, collect as many images and videos as you can, even though they're limited, and build off of that.
Yeah, just extrapolate and kind of figure something out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm having a hard time like stop thinking about it.
Yeah,
just because I'm like, oh, I wanna just like, I just want to walk around.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I'm done, just like, boop, like teleport me out because I can't find my way. You know what I mean?
Well,
like
I would think like
you said, a tour. That would be perfect.
Yeah, if it was like still up, be like, just stay on the green path and you'll be fine. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
You can go all over the city, but stay on the green path.
Yeah, exactly. And like, yeah, you might go a room or two over as long as you kind of know right where it is. But like, make sure you keep your hand on the rope a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. Maybe I should probably always do my own research, and not just take at face value the videos that I see online. But I could swear that there's I believe it's in China, a city where like you're at ground floor.
Yeah.
And like you're doing all this stuff, but then you like look over and there's cities still underneath.
Yes. I can't remember. I think there are several Chinese cities like that because China has some big cities.
Yeah.
But I saw that there was a guy. It was it was like a modern day kind of cleaned up Kowloon.
Yes,
almost.
yes.
Like he walked and he's like, hi, I'm on street level and I'm going to walk into this building's ground floor and I'm going to go up to the 16th floor. Yeah. And then he leaves and he's like, I'm on the ground floor of this building. Yes. Yeah, I've seen that. Yes. It's really incredible. I don't know how to find it again, but it's cool.
The thing that trips me up about that is that there's active cars on
and
the ground floor.
Stuff. Yeah.
There's on the ground floor, there's like roads. So you like, it trips you up. So
yes,
I would get lost there.
Yeah, me too. But maybe you could still like go there and get
kind of scratch that itch. That experience still.
Yeah, just like that kind of like dark intrigue a little bit, without so much of the darkness.
Exactly.
I think that would be pretty fun.
Yeah, so, definitely.
But that's it, man. That's Kowloon Walled City.
That's a bizarre and crazy one.
Yeah, I don't know. I shake my head at this place because just none of it makes sense. So, I don't know. I hope you had fun with that one.
Oh, definitely. I might have just found another video game that I just mindlessly play whenever I just want to scratch that itch to play something, man.
If you end up playing it, let me know. Yeah. Let me know if it's any good. Cause not that I have a lot of time, but I want to play it for like 15 minutes. Yeah. Like when you're kids, like when we were kids and you go to like Walmart and there'd be the demo things. Yeah. I want to do that. Yeah. Like that's how I want to play
exactly.
Just for a little bit, one evening, call it good. That I think I could handle.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, but anyway, I think we should wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say to the folks?
To the folks. Hey, folks.
Hope you're still there.
Hope you're still there. Hope you had a fun one. This one was a crazy one.
If you didn't watch the video, go watch the video because I promise you, it's fun. It's wild. And it's so normal and crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like I said it in the episode, taking any little part of that video, you wouldn't think it was interesting. But the fact that this is all one place. Yeah.
It's wild.
It's wild.
So, which reminds me, I guess, I'll say it here, but I'll put it, whatever. We'll put it at the beginning of the end of one of like the announcement things too. But like, definitely make sure you're checking out the description of the podcast, of each episode. We always put links and cool stuff in there. So I know you may not be able to look at it immediately when you're listening. It's always fun if you can, but go back and visit those links because we always put a lot of good, juicy stuff. Oh yeah, in there for our resources and then just other stuff that we pull up as we talk. So make sure you're checking that out. And I guess I'll plug the Patreon. Don't know what's coming next because that's kind of how we roll. But bonus episodes, we're rolling those out like crazy. We're doing follow-ups. We'll do all kinds of stuff like that. You got a map if you sign up where we'll put Kowloon on the map too. If all of that sounds interesting and you can help support us by doing that, would be really, really awesome. It's very cool. Head over to patreon.com/doing learning.
That is it.
That's the one. And Daniel says this, but I'm going to steal his thunder. Come hang out on Instagram.
Yeah, steal my thunder.
That's your thunder, and I stole it. Yeah. Hang out on Instagram. But Daniel, I can't wait to see where you're going to take me next because I was chomping at the bit to do this one. I've been working on this one for like a month, maybe probably since Singapore. I've been working on this.
That's awesome. I mean, I might have to. I'm inspired, so I might have to drop what I have in plan to do something else.
It happens to me all the time. Or just hold on to the other ones; they'll come up eventually too. So, but I can't wait to see where you take me next week. And just remember, when you're out there, I mean, don't take my word for it. Go do your own research and stay curious. Chapeau.
Hey everybody, we just like to take a moment to thank everybody out there that has thus far supported us. We do all these recordings and we love doing it. We have fun doing it, but we are paying out of our own pocket, but it does help when people like Liz D, Seth T, Irvin H, DaDog, Mouse T, and Kirk K help us make this little podcast a reality and, lighten the load a little bit. So thank you from both of us and all of the fans. Thank you for helping us make this a reality. And if you guys want to help be part of the Doing Learning crew, you can do so by going to www.patreon.com/Doing Learning. I don't know why I said www.